Welcome back to the gun dungeon. We're in the frozen tundra today, so what's better than to be shooting some frozen beef ribs? And that's exactly what we have here. These suckers are frozen solid. So, but there is some big old chunks of bone in there, and that's what I'm going to aim for, even though it's probably all about the same hardness. And we're going to be testing this Underwood 147 grain hard cast bullet as a heavy bone test to see what kind of penetration we get. We oftentimes hear of 357 Magnum, 10 millimeter, 44 Magnum, all those rounds as being capable woods defense guns because they can penetrate deep and they can penetrate bone and they can get the job done when it comes to a large predatory animal. Well, we're going to be using this P365 XL here because this is about a middle of the road barrel, not super long, not super short. And we're going to see how viable the 9mm is when it penetrates heavy bone and see how far it goes into gel. It may be a good round for woods defense as well. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to go ahead and just get started before these things thaw out, you know, as warm as it is out today. Y'all be sure to go over and check out Vetter Holsters. They're a big sponsor of the channel, help me out quite a bit, so y'all get over there and help them out as well. Here's one of their outside the waistband models. Awesome design. They have about any design you can think of. They're also one of the few companies that I've seen making holsters like this with the claw attachment inside the waistband model that fits the Glock 29 and the 10mm versions of the XDMs. So if you have a gun, they probably make a holster for it. Check out Vetter Holsters. And while we're at it, I gotta mention Target Sports. They just became a sponsor of the channel. If you shoot very much throughout the year, their Ammo Plus membership is well worth it. It'll pay for itself in the year's time if you shoot very much at all. So be sure to go check out Target Sports. Their link is below. Guys, I don't know if you're gonna believe this or not. There's our entry. Punched directly through bone. You can see the bone here. Came out the back, see chunks of bone there, and then this bullet carried through both blocks of gel, straight all the way out the back. Now, just to make sure this time, I'm going to set the wrapper up in the back here, just like this, so we can verify that it is coming out the back. And we're going to try that again, but I'm about 99.9% certain that went through both blocks. Maybe you can see it in the slow-mo. I haven't watched it yet, but let's do that again. All right, our entry one got plugged up with snow as it fell off the table. There is our exit. Looks like I dead centered this bone. I don't know, maybe not. It looks like a lot of bone fragment there and bone fragment there. So I would say I did. And this time we actually caught our bullet. There she sits. Look at that. Let me grab the tape measure because I was not prepared again. And we got 23 inches of penetration after going through that frozen beef rib. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's try one more just for the fun of it. Starting to get some kind of confusing results. So, same as earlier. Entry got plugged up with snow when it came off. Definitely hip bone this time. Look at that. That's a mess. Just chunks of bone and stuff everywhere. Chunks of bone stuck in the gel. Oh, it's lead. Okay. And this time, we only got 10¼ inches of penetration. That's pretty wild. I'm gonna dig these bullets out and take a look, see what they look like side by side. All right, so maybe we got an explanation here. This is the one that penetrated further. Not as much damage to that one. This is the one that only went 10 1/4, and you can tell it absolutely drilled some bone and got a lot of deformation there for a hard cast. So maybe the first two actually missed bone. Don't know. Didn't think they did, but maybe they did. So just for reference, where this bullet, these last two bullets went through, that is 2.5 inches of frozen beef ribs. So that's pretty thick. And we know the one definitely hit bone. So when you think about 2.5 inches of frozen beef ribs, definitely through bone, still got 10 1/4 inches of penetration into gel. I don't know, maybe unless you're going after moose or grizzly bear, I think they'd probably suffice, honestly. Anywhere in the lower 48, you're probably fine with just a 9mm hard cast. If 357's good enough, this would probably be good enough as well, considering both of them are about the same bullet diameter. You're talking 0.02 of an inch difference. 3.355 diameter 9mm, 0.357 diameter 357. So, I mean, bullet diameters ain't going to be a factor there. I don't know, I think that was probably sufficient penetration for anything in my neck of the woods. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you thought about today's video. If you liked today's video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, stay tuned.